The story begins with a boy named Dylan, who loves making weird noises just to annoy his teacher. As punishment, he's told to solve one of Newton's equations. But the moment he starts writing, he gets so nervous that he slowly begins turning invisible. Everyone in the classroom is completely shocked. Next, we meet 6-year-old Cindy. When a bully tries to mess with her, she casually throws him straight into a tree. The people around her are stunned, but her mom isn't surprised. Cindy isn't an ordinary little girl. She was born with incredible superhuman strength. Then there's 16-year-old Joe, who's constantly bullied at school. After being called a freak one too many times, she uses her telekinetic powers to dump everyone's lunch. Finally, we meet William. Some kids make fun of him at the pool, calling him lard butt, but William fights back in the weirdest way possible. He enlarges his butt and cannonballs onto the bully, sending water flying everywhere. We're then introduced to Team Zenith, a legendary group of 5 superheroes that once protected the entire world. Their leader was Captain Zoom, an incredibly powerful speedster. Zoom fought alongside his brother Concussion. To make them even stronger, the government exposed the team to gamma-13 radiation. Zoom became faster than ever, but Concussion was transformed into a dangerous supervillain. He turned on his own teammates and wiped them out. Zoom barely managed to stop him by creating a massive vortex, but the battle cost him everything. Concussion vanished, and Zoom lost all of his powers. 30 years later, inside the secret Area 52 facility, Dr. Grant reveals that Concussion never actually died. He was trapped inside a dimensional rift and is now heading back to Earth. They have only 12 days before he arrives and destroys everything. With no other option, the military decides to restart the Zenith program. Their plan is to recruit gifted kids with superpowers, and there's only one person capable of training them, Captain Zoom. We then meet Zoom, whose real name is Jack. Even though his powers are gone, he can still vibrate one finger fast enough to make himself a banana shake. Soon, Dr. Marcia tricks Jack into helping her, allowing Dr. Grant's team to capture him and bring him to Area 52. When Jack wakes up, he's tied to a chair. Dr. Grant gives him a simple choice: help train the next generation of superheroes for $500 a month, or spend his time in prison. Not wanting to end up behind bars and liking the paycheck even more, Jack reluctantly agrees. Marcia introduces herself as the lead researcher of the new Zenith program and proudly admits she's Jack's biggest fan. She then reveals that they've already brought in 10 extraordinary candidates. But when Jack finally sees them, he can't believe it. They're just kids. Marcia smiles and explains that these children were born with their powers. They were never exposed to gamma-13 radiation, and she believes their abilities can become even stronger without it. Jack begins choosing kids for the new Team Zenith. Most of the candidates don't have useful abilities, but Dylan, Cindy, Joe, and William immediately stand out and earn a spot on the team. After gathering in one room, Jack asks if they know why they're really there. Cindy repeats everything Marcia told them, but Dylan isn't buying it. He believes they're only there because they're different from everyone else. Jack admits he grew up in this same secret facility, and it ruined his life. He warns the kids that the military will push them to their limits and eventually experiment on them with gamma-13 radiation. The children instantly panic. Marcia quickly pulls Jack aside and reminds him that nobody is planning to use gamma-13 on the kids. But Jack doesn't believe it. He knows Larrabee too well and is convinced the military will eventually betray them. He even admits he feels guilty for helping them. Meanwhile, Larrabee secretly tells Dr. Grant there's no way the kids will be ready before Concussion returns. If training fails, he'll use gamma-13 anyway. But for now, Jack must never learn that Concussion is still alive. To lift Jack's spirits, Dr. Grant shows him a brand new Captain Zoom suit that was built years ago but never got the chance to be used. Seeing it brings back memories of his heroic past. The next day, Marcia tells the kids the truth. Jack isn't just their trainer. He's the legendary Captain Zoom himself. The moment they hear that, the kids become excited and start asking him endless questions about being superheroes. But Jack quickly shuts down their excitement. He tells them this isn't a superhero clubhouse. It's a military base with strict rules. Dylan isn't impressed and bluntly says, "If you can't even use your own powers anymore, how are you supposed to train us?" Training begins, and things immediately turn chaotic. Cindy easily lifts 5 tons, but after Jack mocks her, she throws a massive concrete block straight at him. Jack barely keeps his cool and quickly starts praising her instead. Dylan keeps turning invisible and sneaking out of training, while William is too scared to participate. After Jack insults him, William loses control of his powers and slams Jack against the wall. Frustrated, Jack asks Marcia what they're really training these kids for, but she doesn't know either. She finally snaps, reminding Jack that the hero from the comics inspired her entire childhood, while the man standing in front of her now only seems to care about money. Jack coldly replies that those comics were nothing more than government propaganda. Hurt and disappointed, Marcia walks away. She later tries asking Larrabee about the real mission, but he refuses to reveal anything. Even Jack gets kicked out of the meeting when he starts asking too many questions. Afterward, Jack asks Marcia one last time what's really going on. She admits she always dreamed of meeting the world's greatest hero because, as a lonely kid, Captain Zoom's comics were her only escape. But now she's realizing that the hero she admired has completely lost his way. Jack takes the kids to combat training where they meet his old robot partner, PIB. Happy to see his old friend again, Jack secretly takes the team into an underground hangar where an incredible spaceship is waiting. The kids are thrilled, and before long they're flying around town, even stopping to grab some snacks. But when the spaceship shows up on the news, Marcia is furious. She reminds Jack that he's supposed to be training superheroes, not taking them on joyrides. That night, Cindy has a nightmare and quietly walks into Jack's room. As Jack comforts her, she admits that her parents sent her away because she was different. The moment Jack hears that, his attitude changes. He gently tells her she's not different. She's special, and she's here to learn how to use her powers to help people. Watching 6-year-old Cindy casually drag an entire couch across the room with one hand reminds Jack just how extraordinary these kids really are. The next day, training resumes, but it's a complete disaster. Dylan keeps disappearing, William lacks confidence, and none of the kids can work together. Joe blames Jack for being a terrible teacher and storms off with the others. While messing around inside Dr. Grant's control room, they accidentally activate the training systems, causing rain, lightning, and even snow to flood the facility. Since Dylan keeps running away, he's locked inside an isolation cell. Jack visits him and, instead of punishing him, tells him the story of Team Zenith and his brother, Concussion. Then he asks Dylan to focus his mind and locate Joe without leaving the room. To Jack's surprise, Dylan succeeds. Jack realizes Dylan's real ability isn't invisibility at all. It's a rare psychic power called Mindsight. He even tells Dylan that he has what it takes to become the leader of the new Team Zenith. When Dylan asks about Concussion, Jack finally reveals the painful truth. His brother, Connor, was once a great superhero, but Gamma-13 radiation turned him into a monster. Marcia secretly overhears the conversation through the security cameras, and for the first time, Jack begins looking at these kids the same way he once looked at his own teammates. Meanwhile, Joe believes her powers drove her parents away. Holding on to the necklace they left behind, she struggles to let go of the past. Using his newly discovered Mindsight, Dylan catches a glimpse of her memories. Just then, Jack and the research team arrive with a new plan. From now on, they won't just train the kids physically, they'll also help them understand and control their powers from within. And for the first time, Jack starts taking his job as their mentor seriously. With Jack finally taking his job seriously, the team's training improves dramatically. The kids grow stronger every day, and for the first time, they begin working like a real team. Marcia notices the change and asks Jack what happened. He admits that losing his old teammates made him realize how important family really is. He refuses to let these kids repeat the same tragic mistakes. Meanwhile, Dr. Grant warns Larrabee that everything now depends on Jack and the kids. He also reminds him that after what happened to Concussion, using Gamma-13 on children would be a terrible mistake. But Larrabee isn't convinced. Watching Concussion move closer through a dimensional scanner, he decides they can't rely on a group of kids alone. Dr. Grant reveals his backup plan. If the kids can distract Concussion long enough, they'll trap him inside a powerful sonic net. He even believes that if Zoom still had his speed, he could create another vortex to reverse Gamma-13's effects and save his brother. After completing their training, the team celebrates together. Dylan gives Joe a pendant engraved with her parents' names, and the two share a quiet dance. Cindy dances with PIB, while Jack and Marcia finally enjoy a peaceful moment together. But the celebration doesn't last long. Larrabee storms in, carrying Gamma-13 injections. Jack immediately objects, warning that the radiation destroyed his own team. Larrabee ignores him and announces that every child will receive the treatment the following morning. Determined to protect them, Jack secretly sneaks the kids to a hidden place where he once trained with the original Team Zenith. There, he gives them superhero names. But the kids hate his choices and pick their own instead. Dylan becomes Houdini, William chooses Megaboy, Joe calls herself Wonder, and Cindy proudly names herself Princess. Jack smiles, telling them that now they're more than a team, they're a family. But moments later, Dylan's Mindsight suddenly activates. He sees the military preparing the Gamma-13 experiment and discovers the truth. Concussion is still alive, and the kids were recruited to fight him. Furious that everyone lied to him, Jack confronts Larrabee, but instead of answering, Larrabee locks him inside a high-security cell. The Gamma-13 procedure is about to begin when Marcia makes her choice. She suddenly uses her own super breath to blast the guards away, revealing that she has powers too. The kids quickly defeat the remaining soldiers, rescue Jack, and escape the prison cell. Jack is shocked to learn Marcia never knew Concussion was alive either. She explains that when she said she was different as a child, she meant she had powers all along. The team races to the underground hangar and jumps into the hidden spaceship. Just as Jack opens the launch doors, alarms echo throughout Area 52. Larrabee orders the exit sealed, but he's a second too late. The spaceship blasts out of the secret base, and the newly formed Team Zenith finally escapes. Jack tells Marcia to get the kids somewhere safe while he goes to face Connor alone at the dimensional rift. But neither Marcia nor the team is willing to leave him behind. They stay close, ready to fight beside him. Moments later, Concussion finally emerges from the rift. Furious, he accuses Jack of betraying him and abandoning him for 30 years. Without waiting for an answer, he attacks, sending Jack flying. When Concussion realizes Jack no longer has his powers, he moves in to finish him off. Just in time, PIB distracts him, giving Jack a chance to escape. Cindy jumps into the fight while Larrabee launches the sonic net, but Concussion sees it coming and knocks it away, sending the massive net straight towards Cindy. Terrified, she cries out for Jack. At that very moment, Jack's speed suddenly returns. He races across the battlefield and saves Cindy in the blink of an eye. Seeing her safe gives him the confidence he needed. With the sonic net destroyed, the military has no backup plan. Jack rushes back to Area 52, puts on his Captain Zoom suit, and returns for one final battle. As Concussion charges at him, Dylan and Joe distract him while William knocks him towards Cindy. Using an entire tower like a baseball bat, Cindy launches Concussion toward the massive vortex Jack is creating. The attack almost works, but Concussion is about to miss the vortex completely. Then Marcia steps in. Using her powerful super breath, she pushes Concussion directly into the center of the vortex. Concussion fights back, trying to stop Jack, but Zoom refuses to quit. He pushes his speed to the limit, turning the vortex into a mega vortex. Instead of destroying Concussion, the vortex removes the corrupting effects of the Gamma-13 radiation. Connor finally returns to his normal self. With his brother saved at last, Jack welcomes Connor back to Team Zenith. From that day on, the new Team Zenith becomes a real family, protecting the world whenever people need them most.